What is the morning without a coffee? What is up, guys? What is up, guys? And today I want to talk about how to stop the overheating issues with the Canon R6 Mark II. This camera is fantastic. Now, I know I'm late to the game because now we have the R5 Mark II out, and lots of different camera Canon has brought out in the last couple of weeks, I would say. But if you're like me, a hybrid shooter, and the R6 size cameras are doing it for you and you don't particularly need to get an upgrade, you do know that the R6 have some overheating issues when shooting in 4K 60. And let me just touch on that 4K 60 a little bit. Even the new Canon R5 Mark II cannot touch this camera when it comes to the 4K 60 because this camera is oversampling from that full 6K sensor, downsampling to 4K, whereas the R5 and the R5 II are doing some line skipping. I don't know what it is they're doing, but their 4K 60 is rubbish. So if you do a lot of 4K 60, which I do at weddings and stuff like that, I do have one camera that shoots, 25 FPS, and I do have one camera that's shooting 4K 60, well, 4K 50 in the Europe, sorry, my bad. Then this camera is the camera for you. If you do like Canon, it is beautiful. And while I'm talking, I'm going to show you some examples of what I've shot with this camera so far. But today I want to talk about how we can stop that overheating, because we know Canon sorted it out with the R5 by some firmware, but the R6 does overheat in 4K 50 or 60. However, it's never overheated on me, but I have run into I have got the overheating warning light on. So how I resolve this situation, I've come across this little guy by Smallrig, and I love their product. And what this does is a mini fan that you connect to the back of the camera, and it will only switch on when the camera has reached a certain temperature. So it's not consistently on. And it is a bit audible. So I will say, if you're running a shotgun mic on top, be very, very aware of that. But normally I'm using lavalier mics and, mics that are far away from the camera. So I've never really experienced any issue with the sound on this. But I tell you what, some years ago, I built out an amazing rig for the Canon R6. Now, this is the R6 Mark II. The rig I did was for the R6 Mark I. You can check that video right here. It's an amazing, all the equipment was by Smallrig, and I still use that rig today when I'm rigging out that. But now I have the addition of this guy here. And all you do is you simply, there's a camera, you simply put this, it comes with these little adapter clips. It comes in two flavors actually. Let me just pull one up. So it comes in the 4348 version, which is Sony based only, and that one doesn't have the adapters. I think it just fits into the Sony cameras. And then you also have the 4815, which then comes with all these little adapters, and that range from some of the let me just call some out, from the ZV-1, the ZV-E1, the Alpha 6-7, even the Fuji X-T4. You can connect this fan to if you are struggling with the overheating. And like I said, all you do, you open the door like so, and you will slip that into it, and it just pops in and clicks into the place. And as you can see, it's not invasive at all. It just sits on the camera like that beautifully. You do have to power it with a USB-C type cable, and unfortunately I can't power it from the Canon camera, but I'm going to show you how I run this on my gimbal. And if you check the video out with the rig, all I do is connect it to my Smallrig V-mount battery or one of the other V-mount batteries, and that's how I'll power it. And the great thing about it, it's not consistently on, so it's not consistently draining your battery. Now, I'm going to show you real quick how I connect this to my Ronin and how I power it, because actually the Ronin can actually power this little fan, and I'm telling you, this fan is amazing. I will, however, run an audible test for you to show you the loudness of the fan, but that's with the mic relatively close to it. But like I said, if you are using lavalier mics or mics that are away from it, then it will not interrupt your footage. But this is how I've managed to stop even that overheating warning come up on my camera. And this version I cannot praise it so much. I will put the link for both fans in the description down below, and you can go over and check out all the specs. But let me just show you now how I would run this on my Ronin. So as you can see, it's on the back of the camera and it's not on just yet. So all I do when I am not using it on my my rig, I literally connect the power in here like so into the power, and then at the back of the RS4, I'm not sure which Ronin you have, but it needs to go into the RSS USB port on your gimbal, whatever gimbal you're using. It needs to go into the bit that powers the Raven Eye. So you would plug that into here like so. And as you can see, it's already on and it's showing the temp at which it starts to kick in. At the moment, the fan is on. So let me just try to get you an audible sound on that. Next to it, and then this would be on top if I have a mic on top. As you can see, the fan has now stopped because the camera is not as warm, but it normally, when you plug it in first, it normally kicks in, and I guess it just takes a reading, and then as you can see, the temperature gauge is starting to rise accordingly. And once it hits, I'm not sure what temperature it needs to hit before the fan kicks in, but it will come on only when it needs to, and that's the beauty about this thing. Also, one last thing I want to mention, if once you put your Ronin into sleep mode, the fan do go off as well, so it will not drain your battery, and as soon as you put it back on, it comes on, it spins up, it does its thing, and then it chills. Right guys, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that little video of me talking about the Smallrig cooling fan system that fits perfectly in my arsenal of cameras, because at the moment I'm still running the Canon R5 and R6 Mark II. They work wonderful for me. I'm at a stage in my life where if my clientele doesn't warrant me to upgrade my camera, I'm not gonna upgrade it. You've seen the footage that I've been putting out with these cameras, so I'm pretty good. You know, making it work. I would love to get myself on one of the new C80s. They're pretty nice, but again, my clients are not really asking for that sort of thing. So until I'm fully ready to engage in those cameras, I won't. I'm quite happy to still stick with these mirrorless bodies because they're doing a fantastic job. And I'm both a photographer and a filmmaker, so it works. I just want to say I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos for the next couple of weeks because wedding season has subsided a little bit, so I'll spend more time out here making you guys happy and doing these little things to help you, you know, have a fantastic day on your day out, or if you're struggling to find solutions with the camera that you have. Remember, this fan is not just for Canon, it's for all makes. The smaller model does come with the adapter, so you can connect it with lots of different cameras, which will be linked in the description down below. If you're a returning viewer, peace. And if you're new here, same love for you, man. If you like this video and want to see more of this, please like, subscribe, and do that magic to help this channel grow to its full potential. Thank you guys in advance. Love you loads. Bless.